So the play is about a community choir that has a kind of political issue and splits just before the play begins. It's over a moral decision, really, quite a serious moral decision that underpins the comedy. And our little group come to this hall in the middle of town, it's the CFA hall, and attempt to form their own choir.
My name's Vicky Jacobs and I'm the musical director of the Heartbreak Choir. My role with the choirs part of the show has been to choose a song and arrange the song so that it's accessible for the community choirs and really fun for them to learn and hopefully makes them sound fantastic. And then to work with them to get it ready for performance both before they come to the theatre and on the nights they come to the theatre.
I'm Phil, Heuzenroeder, and I direct the Melbourne Mass Gospel Choir. The choir's been in existence. I set it up maybe 15 years ago, perhaps. And so it's been, a big, loving, singing choir for all that time, and I really love doing that work. For choirs, community choirs especially, I think there's something wonderful to have a real purpose about what you're doing. I mean, that's partly what our existence is about in all kinds of different ways, but this was a unique one. For us to be part of a play and part of a professional production was pretty exciting.
In the play, I manage the choir. So when our choirs come in every night, I like to introduce myself to them and run through their part of the show with them. The idea of bringing that kind of amateur art for art's sake community venture into the premier arts theatrical institution in this country is such a beautiful expression of how much this place is actually all part of a continuum and dependent upon people coming together to tell stories.
I really enjoy getting the behind-the-scenes glimpse, what goes into making something, seamless from the audience's point of view. And you've got to know, okay, when I say go, we have to go down this stairs and we go by this way, and then you have to wait here for this long, and then you have to do this. And that behind-the-scenes kind of insight, I really enjoy having that.
The other thing that's been nice upstairs in the green room, Phil.
Yeah, the green room.
Yeah, is the warm-ups have been really good fun too, because I realised trying to project your voice out to that big space is very different to singing in the bathroom at home or whatever. So it's been really important to warm up the lungs, get the diaphragm going and practice. So I think that's been really important to have that time to do that.
It's been a long and lonely 2 years on Zoom with our choir, and not a lot of opportunity for collaboration, for meeting other musical directors or just being able to perform in general. So the joy that we felt being able to perform, I think it was one of our first performances for the year, the joy that we felt to be back on stage again, but also the buzz to be on this stage, the South Bank Theatre, as part of an MTC production has been amazing for all of us.
Yeah, for me, there was quite a frisson of excitement about being in front of a large fee-paying crowd of people rather than just families and friends as we usually perform. We often perform. And certainly it was quite a topic of conversation within my family. And as Jane said, it certainly brought a lot of my family to the theatre, which they really enjoyed it.
I just also felt like we've been part of, I suppose, Melbourne coming back to life, and just being in an absolutely packed theatre again and being part of all of this just feels like sort of a re-emergence of Melbourne out of lockdown, and it's been a really lovely thing to be part of as well.
What was unexpected was the immediacy of the audience, so they felt really close, and that was a bit of a surprise, but it was fantastic too, because you really felt like we were communicating something really powerful to the audience in that last song.
You're watching 15 people who are having a once-in-a-lifetime experience, standing on that stage, singing for the audience. So everyone shares in that joy and excitement.
think the moment at the end of the play when those curtains open and you get to see the choir reunified, it's such a sort of powerful moment. And, you know, we've been looking at that now for months, but I always kind of get a bit choked up when I see it. There's just something naively kind of beautiful, I think, about just watching this curtain sweep open and just seeing this group of people standing there who you haven't seen all night, and you just sort of go, wow, where did they come from, you know? And I think the audience is sort of reeling for a minute, and then they sing, you know, which is such a gorgeous kind of end to the play. So I really hope the audience kind of take that away from this, that, you know, it's not about nailing it every time, it's about doing it, the courage of standing up and doing something with your friends.